Imagine your brain like wet cement. Every time you learn something, a hand presses a new imprint into that cement. But here's the catch. Cement doesn't set instantly. It needs stillness, time, rest. If you keep poking it, scratching it, stamping your feet in, the imprint smears. The shape collapses. That's what overthinking does. Constant checking, it interrupts the curing. Learning consolidates in stillness. Checking too soon wrecks the pattern. Think of it like baking bread. You knead the dough, you shape it, and then you leave it the hell alone. If you keep tearing it open every 5 minutes to see if it's risen, you kill the rise. No bread, just sticky failure. Learning is bread. Overthinking is tearing open the dough. So let's zoom out. This isn't about neural networks, it's about life. Your relationships, your creativity, your healing, your muscles at the gym. Growth happens in the rest phase. The silence between notes is what makes music. The pause between breath is what resets your nervous system. The winter season is what restores the soil. If you interrupt it, you get exhaustion, burnout, confusion. That's karma. You plant seeds and then keep digging them up to check. That's how you fuck yourself up. Consolidation is sacred. Patience is power. Let's go down to the details. Neural networks, they consolidate during sleep. That's memory reconsolidation. That's hippocampal transfer. That's synaptic pruning. Literally, your brain is trimming and wiring itself. Each aha moment comes after you stopped consciously grinding on the problem. That's why insights come in the shower, on a walk, or while taking a dump. So when you overthink, you're like a gardener who waters a seed 200 times in a day and then wonders why the soil is flooded and the seed rots. Stop flooding yourself. Now let's reframe fear. You say, I'm afraid of resting. Afraid people will think I'm lazy. Afraid I'll fall behind. But notice, you already rest. Your body forces it. You sleep every night. You daydream. You stare at a wall. That's your unconscious already consolidating learning. Quietly, sneakily, efficiently. So you already can. A new way. Own it consciously. Call it what it is. It's the work behind the work. Rest isn't laziness. Rest is sharpening the axe before chopping the tree. Which is smarter? Swinging a dull axe in panic until your arms bleed, or pausing, sharpening it, and cutting the tree in 5 clean strokes. Rest isn't a luxury, it's leverage. A farmer has 2 oxen. One he feeds, one he whips. He keeps whipping the same ox, thinking it'll plough faster, but eventually it collapses and dies. The other ox, rested and fed, does the real work. That's your brain. You whipping it with constant checking. Dead ox. Science agrees. Sleep-deprived rats, they forget mazes. Students who cram all night remember less. Overworked coders write buggy code. Athletes who don't recover tear muscles instead of building them. So if you want power, growth, mastery, you must fucking stop grinding non-stop. Because here's the paradox. Real warriors, real geniuses, real creators, they work hard, then step away. The pause is part of the performance. Follow this, and your future is expansion. Your creativity soars because you let connection simmer and surprise you. Your confidence grows because you're no longer afraid of forgetting. You trust your brain to hold. Your health stabilises because you respect cycles of action and rest. Your relationships deepen because you stop overanalyzing every word and allow space for presence. Ignore this principle and the shadow falls. You fry your circuits, burn your energy, live in anxiety. You drown in self-doubt, second-guessing every step. You sabotage opportunities because you can't let things land. You grow resentful, bitter, empty. That's karma, cause and effect. You can't cheat nature's rhythm. Trust consolidation or pay the price. You say, if I don't keep checking, I'll lose it. No, if you keep checking, you'll never keep it. You say, resting feels unproductive. Rest is when the brain is most productive. It's when learning crystallizes. You say, I'm lazy if I stop. Only the laziest people overwork. They're too lazy to trust the process, so they cling desperately instead of letting growth happen naturally. You say, I'm scared people will judge me. And they will. Because you'll be the one growing faster than them. They'll call you lazy while you're secretly consolidating into mastery. If you plant a fucking seed and then keep yanking it out of the soil to check its roots, you're not nurturing it, you're murdering it. Your brain is that seed. You overthinking is the yanking. And the universe doesn't reward murderers of potential. It rewards the ones who give things space to grow. So quit being a dumbass. Sit down. Let your brain bake, cure, consolidate. Stop poking it. That's how mastery forms. That's how wisdom drops in. That's how you level the fuck up. Neural networks consolidate during rest. Constant checking interrupts consolidation. That's why overthinking wrecks learning. Rest is sharpening the axe. Rest is letting the bread rise. Rest is cement setting. Rest is the winter that feeds the spring. Ignore it and you burn out. Honour it and you evolve. That's the law, the science, the karma.